Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ben and Jamie Talk Football podcast, where we basically sit and talk football. I mean, we had a lovely weekend off, didn't we? First of all, because the FA Cup has just been, and well, Liverpool and Chelsea are both massive disappointments in that factor this season. See, you went out to Brighton, and we went out to Plymouth. One of those teams was successful over the weekend. We're going to get into the FA Cup. I think it is already done. I think I already know who's going to win it, and I think a lot of people agree. There's been a lot of fallout over Manchester United with Ruben Amorim. Is he the man for the job? He might be even getting sacked. Who knows? We're going to get into the Champions League round of 16 and give our combined round of 16 11 that we put together. So make sure you stay tuned for that later on in the show. Anyway, Ben, what did you make of the FA Cup weekend?
Do you know what? I didn't actually watch most of it because some of us were doing a 30-hour stream. But do you know what? I've seen the red cards and I can't wait for this. I can't wait. I've seen all the red cards. This weekend was full of... Why is everyone turned angry? Why are people slapping each other?
Pushing each other
Why
in the
are people
heads?
kicking each other in the head? I'm excited for this. I'm excited.
Yeah, it was an
save that for later. Stick around for it.
So we had Manchester City taking on Plymouth. I'm going to start there because I personally think Man City, looking at the teams that are left, have already won this. The FA Cup, to me, looks pretty much done. If they can conquer Bournemouth in the next round, it's over already. I mean, it's away to Bournemouth, so it's not going to be completely easy. But if you look at Manchester City, they've got no Premier League to worry about, really. Yes, they'll get top four. It shouldn't be too hard. They've got no Champions League, no Carabao Cup final. They've only got the FA Cup to win a trophy in this season. Surely Pep puts everything into it.
Sorry, I was talking TikTok. What did you say again?
I said Pep puts everything into the FA Cup, doesn't he?
Do you know what? No, I am going to say Bournemouth away is not an easy game at all. They went there and they lost, didn't they? 2-1, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe it was 2-1 because Clivert scored. And then they hit the post. Yeah, I remember. But it's not an easy game at all. I made a TikTok today and I said, this is probably the best FA Cup final 8 I've ever seen because it's actually about smaller clubs. It's normally you have Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Arsenal, United, all there. There's actually only one big club, and are they a big club? Let's be fair.
For those of you who don't know, so far we are currently recording this on Monday night, so Forest and Ipswich are midway through their game. They are 0-0 at the time. We've got Bournemouth, Man City, Brighton, Forest or Ipswich, Fulham, Crystal Palace, and Preston North End and Aston Villa are the remaining teams. I mean, who would you like to see lift the trophy?
Preston. Honestly, Preston. I want to see a championship side win the FA Cup and be in European football next year. I want to see it. It wants to be like Wigan. We're going to get them. They're not getting relegated, but Wigan, when they got relegated and we're in the Europa League, I want to see that. Yeah. Also, hi Amber.
Oh, what's that? Static? I don't know.
Might be a time to get close.
Yeah, for me personally, I would like to see Forest. Is that your mic or is that?
It's mine. It was doing it in the last 2 hours of yesterday's stream.
Do you want to unplug it and plug it? Maybe. I don't know.
If you want to.
Give it a go. Why not? I don't know if it's going to come across in the recording. That's the only reason. I'll cut this out. Don't worry.
It should be fine. It's just when I get close to a mic.
It doesn't like you.
Yeah.
One big club left. Yeah, there is one big club left. I mean,
like top 6 club, mate.
Big 6, like not top 6, but the big 6. We have only got Man City left.
I don't know why it's saying new mic when I've replaced this mic with a mic that was static, so I'm getting the same mic over and over again, and it's just making the same noises. I don't think you're meant to speak close to it. That's probably why.
Could be.
Like you can hear this fine, can't you?
Yeah,
it's fine. I'm like 5 meters away from it, which is cold.
That might be the
best. That might
be
the problem. There you go.
Technical issues fixed. There we go.
It is fixed, yeah.
So yeah, Man City obviously came out.
Is it doing it again now?
I don't know. It was after I think, but it didn't do it then. Man City obviously beating Plymouth, who I think everyone wanted to see win on the weekend. Obviously after last time knocking out Liverpool, they did go 1-0 up, but City
battered them as well. I watched the game and I was like, not watched it, but I watched the highlights back, big highlights as well, and that could have been like 6-7-1. Keeper saved him. I think he made 6-7-8 saves in the end. But yeah.
I mean, I don't like
to
be an XG merchant, but I am looking at they had a 4.27 XG to Plymouth, 0.09. So 3-1 maybe doesn't even represent it right. I mean, look, I watched the Liverpool game against Plymouth, and that was at Plymouth as well. Big difference, going away. The odds on winning are much slimmer for the smaller teams, but they held on strong when we played them at home, had the crowd behind them, and I think that made a big difference. Whereas Man City, obviously, with the Etihad behind them, just a bit too strong. What did you make of the Newcastle game? Obviously, a couple of red cards in that one.
I mean, Brighton obviously leaving it a bit late. But the Gordon red card is so... Like, you're a Liverpool fan, so you're probably going to say it's not a red card. But when Van Dijk done it at Goodison Park...
Oh, that one.
Not Goodison Park, at St. James Park.
Disagree.
When it's the same thing where he's kind of elbowed him in the face.
Well, I mean, one is full on assault.
I don't think it's a red, personally.
I personally think it's a red. I think if people make an argument that Van Dijk's is a red, how could that not be a red? I mean, there is no intent for the ball. He's gone from behind at him and pushed him in the head. Realistically,
are we getting a news check here? It actually is 1-0 Ipswich.
1-0 Ipswich. There you go.
Yep.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I think Forest, if anyone wants to take on City, I think it'd be Forest.
See, the thing is, May, I said City are only the big team left because I knew Forest are going out.
There you go. See, there we go. I'll just whack my thing anyway. Yeah, so Newcastle, disappointment for them. And now their season all rides on the Carabao Cup against Liverpool in a few weeks' time. We'll get onto that closer, but who do you think is going to win that one, Ben?
What, Newcastle against... Who is it again?
Liverpool.
Oh. The Carabao Cup. I thought you said talking about FA Cup.
No, we're just skipping forward 2 weeks' time.
I think Liverpool will, just because now obviously Gordon's banned, Isak's out again.
Is Isak out again?
Yeah.
Oh,
apparently he's out it's in for 2-3 weeks, ain't it?
Well, we'll see. 14th, I mean, 2-3 weeks, that sounds like, is he going to be back in time for the game?
No, I'm talking about the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, but if he's out for 2-3 weeks, 2 weeks...
No, I think he's out for a little bit longer. I think he's out for like a good month or so.
Things I didn't know. I was at the pub at the time of watching it, so that's probably why I missed certain things. And it only went on more and more at the pub as Manchester United went and played Fulham. And what did you make of that game?
I saw a tweet from United at the start of January when they played Arsenal and won on penalties saying justice. I think it went back on itself a bit yesterday. Justice in the end, the smaller club go through and United are still the smaller club. Wait, that didn't make sense.
What did you just do?
I meant like United are still the worst club. We'll just leave it. But no.
That's a matter. We'll give Ben his due because he has just done 30 hours on a live stream. So if his brain is a little bit fried, it could be slightly to do with that. So, But Manchester United, obviously, playing Fulham and not doing too well, coming away with a loss on penalties. That's what happened, by the way, Ben, just so you've got it in your head.
Just...
Bruno Fernandes, I want to touch on him. He has been one shining light in Manchester United season.
Yep, the only shining light.
Yeah, probably is the only shining light. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Ahmad's obviously injured now. Mainu fell off and also got injured. But Bruno Fernandes, I mean, that goal he scored on his left foot was absolutely brilliant. I was shocked. My camera.
Yeah, it's gone on this red circle thing again.
All right, let me just do this. There you go.
Yeah, it should just reset when.
Yeah.
2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Good.
Any chance?
You good?
Not yet.
What? My camera's still gone?
I don't know. Let me try and reset mine. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, maybe I did it too quick.
Oh, now you're delayed a bit.
Am I? Oh god. Chat, am I all right? Is it just Ben, or is it?
It might just be me.
I have to do. You're making me do cuts on the edit, you know.
No, just go for it. Go on.
Okay. I've lost completely where I was at. To be honest, we were talking about Man U, weren't we?
Bruno Fernandes, yeah.
Man U, yeah. So Manchester United going out to Fulham on penalties, and I was a bit surprised today to see the backlash, not just on Twitter, but from Sky Sports releasing polls to find out whether people think that Amorim should be sacked as the Manchester United manager. Now, to me, that is ludicrous. He has been in charge. He's been in charge for a couple of months. They brought in a manager with a new style of play and philosophy. If they were just going to let him go, what was the point of doing someone different? You know, the whole point of going with Amorim is that he brings a new style and a new way of playing. If they're going to sack him after he gets not even one summer transfer window to put that style of play in, then they are running that club even worse into the ground than they ever have been. I mean, is it Ionis? Is that who owns them now? Partly.
Ineos.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
They've been going on about the Glazers for years. That is even worse. Bringing in a manager for multi-million pounds after having to sack another manager for multi-million pounds just to sack him again, it would be the worst decision I think I've seen a football club do of that size, maybe ever.
Yeah. Nah. Thing is, I think if you're a top-class manager, you should be. I know you're going to have your players, but I think if you really can get to that level, I think you have to adapt. Like, you look at Mourinho, and I know it's a really bad comparison because Amorim's not anywhere near him. But Mourinho did just adapt. Look at Chelsea. I know he had his signings, but John Terry came in and was unknown through, obviously, academy. Carvalho was a little bit known. But I don't know. I think he has to... I get they shouldn't have brought him in halfway through the season. It's stupid. But Ugarte played with him at Sporting, so he's one of the players. He's got Diallo cooking a little. They're 15th. I don't think. Maybe give it to the end of the season, but I think if they can't string a few wins together, you've got to ask a few questions, in my opinion. But I'm of a team that change managers every 4 months, so I'm not really.
Me being Liverpool, obviously, we've had Klopp for so long, and hopefully we have Slot for even longer. I'm always for a manager having success. I do think that, yes, you're right. If it does continue in a bad vein of form, and then it continues, similar to Arteta, but for different reasons, if he starts the next season off slowly, he could be in a lot of trouble then. But you have to give him that first summer window. Like it's been just been in the chat, we've got Højlund up front for him.
Yep.
That's not his player.
No.
Xerxes isn't his player.
No.
He's done pretty well with Maguire, Ugarte, Fernandes, Ahmad. All the players that have been adaptable to him and his style of play. And you would say Maguire maybe suits that style of a free back, centre back, you know. De Ligt's been okay. Martinez has looked better in that free back. The ones, it just so happens he doesn't have his striker. He's now lost his best attacker outside of Fernandes to injury for the season. I think he does need a little bit of slack. I mean, if Ange has had all these chances all seasons and has still kept his job, there's no way they should be talking about Amorim going before him.
I think the one thing you got to remember as well, with United, they're in such a point right now where they're trying to save money. They don't have the players, the ability to go and buy these £100 million players like Gyökeres, and they probably still will. No offense, they'll probably go and do them, and then in a year's time, cut the manager's wages to £2 a month. But you know, I think you've got to work with what you've got. I know some of the players aren't of standard, but Ten Hag, he got so much crap, but he got the players to a better standard. You've got to work with what you get. You've got to be adaptable to circumstances. He has to change for that free back. I know it's not worked since Conte left the league. A lot of Pep created these inverted fullbacks, and league gone.
Yeah, I look at it a lot in terms of I look at how different country teams play against other ones. For example, the Spanish style of football. We'll get onto the Champions League in a bit.
Yeah.
But the Spanish style of football normally does quite well against the English style with the Premier League. And you see the Madrids, Barcelona knocking out English teams quite often. Yeah. You also have then the English teams who play against the Italian teams who do have that free back system more often than not. And they pretty much, I can't really remember many times Italian teams have conquered, in recent years especially, over English sides.
Yeah.
Since obviously the fall of Milan and all that 10, 15 years ago now. Yeah. I just think it has moved on almost from the three back. Now, Amorim was doing a good job at Sporting with that three back. Had a bit of time to build it and shape the team around it. And also was having success in Europe with that team as well, though. So is there a chance? I mean, he managed to topple City, 4-1 in the Champions League with the same system. So if he has a bit of time, could he bring it to the Premier League?
I don't know. Jury's out on him, but you got to give him the season at least and then evaluate again. But
yeah, I mean, to judge him off a Europa League.
The fact United are still 15th, it blows my mind. But should we get on Champions League? No,
FA Cup, just quickly, you said you want to see Preston win. Who do you think will win?
Great. So I can't think they're going to win. Now, honestly, if Bournemouth beat City, which I think has a high chance, I think Bournemouth are probably more likely to go through. And that's because of the fact it's at home. I think them and Villa will be the two teams that might meet in the final. I think Villa will do it because Emery's got that finals. He has it pretty glued on. And I actually even think out of City and Villa are probably the better team out right now. In the cup.
Villa are 10th. They also have a Champions League to play in. So they do have extra games to think about.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on to the Champions League. The thing that we're all really interested in, because it is back. If you're listening to this podcast today or tomorrow, and also right now it's tomorrow, recording on Monday night, and there are some big games. Before we get into the games, I just want your opinion. Now that we're sort of where we would be after, the group stages and everything from the old start of Champions League, which one do you prefer?
When it got put in place, I was very against it. But I think you've actually seen now more big games. And I think that's a lot better. Obviously, for teams, it's not great. You have these 2 extra games to play in the knockouts in the group. So it's not great for players who are getting paid $300,000 a week. So why do they care? But I don't know. I think you have to give it another year to fully, because this season's a trial. They will change some stuff, let's be fair. But I think it's done all right so far. I generally think we've got Madrid, Liverpool. We've got some very big games. I mean, in the playoffs, we got obviously PSG, Brest, and Brest lost 10-0, but we won't talk about that one.
Yeah. But it gave Brest another chance to get through in the knockouts. And, if they, I mean, look at Bruges, for example. They might never really have made it out of their group stage. And they are now into the round of 16 against Aston Villa. They could even get it to the quarters if they pull off a masterclass. You never know.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to say is I like it more. And I wasn't sure how it was going to be. Maybe it's just because it's new and exciting. Like you say, next year will be a big thing too. But I don't think games have lost their shine. And I think that's what a lot of people were worried about. Liverpool, Real Madrid still felt special when I watched it. Same with Bayer Leverkusen. We had PSG versus Man City on the last day, or the second to last game week, wasn't it? And all these big games still mattered. And now we get even more big games.
Yeah.
And it just gave a little bit more excitement in that group stage, There's not one good group.
Can I put a recommendation for the first match? Because I think, regardless, I think this is the biggest game there. And you might tell me otherwise, but I think Madrid. I generally think, I know PSG, Liverpool because of Liverpool, but I think if you want a game based on how electric it's going to be, I think that Madrid game is going to be crazy because they're both fighting for the title right now, and now they're both fighting in the Champions League.
I think for me, I'm happy to start there. Absolutely.
Yes.
My opinion is Real Madrid will trample them. It may not be a trample over the scoreline because Atletico are a pretty tight team. We're talking about Europe. We're talking about Europe and Real Madrid. And they are nailed on to get to at least the semi-finals, if you ask me.
Madrid in the past 3 games has been 1-1.
Has it?
So it might go 1-1, then 1-1, and then go to penalties and just never end.
That is true, but again, there is a difference in Europe, I think.
I don't think they'll trample them. I think Simeone is a smart manager, but so is Ancelotti. But Madrid are cooking, but you watched them against Betis. They still look like there's something where if you take advantage of them, they will collapse a little. I think Madrid are powerhouses in Europe. They probably will go through. We'll see how the first leg does. I think it's at the Bernabeu, so albeit you do expect Real Madrid to walk away with 2 or 3 goals and then go to Madrid next week down the road again, and try and just see the leg out.
They'll play for
Atletico's play for a 1-1 tomorrow, a draw. I think there's a higher chance they walk out through, because I think that going to Atletico with maybe not an advantage will hurt them. You looked at Betis, they went, I know it meant nothing at the game, but they went to an away ground and they just didn't look themselves.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. There is if Atletico can get a result from the first game, whether it's even just 1 goal in it, they've definitely got a chance. But I just think that when you look at Real Madrid in Europe, it's like Liverpool in Europe, but on even more of a higher level. They are going to absolutely steamroll most teams they come up against, and I would never bet against them in Europe.
Yeah.
I suppose we'll go on to the next big one, PSG versus my beloved Liverpool. I want to get your take on it first. Let me know what you think the score is going to be. Obviously, PSG came out 10-0 on aggregate against Brest.
It's at PSG, ain't it?
First leg is at PSG, yeah.
I think it'll be close because it is at PSG. You look at PSG have won 9 games in a row now or something stupid. I know it is in Liga, and so we're going to take a bit of credit away from it. But Dembele, Hakimi, all these players, even Desire Doué, I think his name is, the centre mid.
Yeah.
And there's a special name who I will mention in my combined 11, so I'm not going to give his name now. But I think probably their best player. But I expect Liverpool, obviously, you expect Liverpool at this point to, I suppose, leave with something. But it'll be close. I think Liverpool will win 2-1. But, hey.
Oh, we didn't put a score down on the Real Madrid game. I'm going 3-0.
I'll go 2-1 Madrid. Atletico. Not Atletico, Real. Sorry.
Real, 2-1. Close game, so. Yeah, I think Liverpool, there's just this... Under Klopp, there was always this heavy metal football. We always came at them full force and everything. There is something different with Slot. He's a bit more maybe of a tactician, you could say. Maybe a mix of Pep and Klopp over the years, because you can see that passion in the Newcastle game recently, but you can also see the tactical side the next game against Manchester City, where he basically said, we're going to sit and almost park the bus, hit you on the counters with our quality and win this game. You never would have seen a performance like that under Klopp. And to be fair to him, Klopp didn't win at the Etihad or get a result since 2015. Or 2016, one of the two, I think it was. But Slot went there on his first time and done it with a very tactically smart and astute performance. So I think in that PSG game, it might be a similar result of we'll sit back, we won't be too hasty. We definitely won't let anything get away from us, but we will still be there to show our attacking force. I suppose we'll cover the other English sides, right? Villa, Bruges, do you reckon they'll come out on top of Villa?
It's at Bruges, so do you know what? I think Villa might struggle, but I don't think it'll be a struggle where they lose. But I think it may be just a 1-1 where they won't get the win. I think they did play them. Let me just...
I feel like I have seen that. That fixture's definitely...
I think they won 3-0, didn't they? No, they lost 1-0 at Bruges as well. I don't know. I think it'll be it's a hard place to go. So that's why I think 1-1. Villa ain't on the absolute best run. They beat Chelsea, and let me actually fact check this. But they are coming off also a 4-1 loss last week. So who knows?
Villa have drew 2, won 2, and lost 1 in their last 4. Obviously, that win was against Cardiff in one of them. Yeah. So kind of put that to a side. But look, I don't think it'll be any way easy. I think Villa will go through over the course of 2 ties. But I do think Bruges will give them a good fight tomorrow. Lastly, at the English side, we've got PSV versus Arsenal. I think Arsenal could be in trouble. I think there's been a lot of talk around Arsenal, of course, recently with the lack of striking options and abilities like that. I don't think that... I'm not saying that Arsenal will go out. I don't think they'll have any chance against either of the Madrids on the next stage. But I would not be shocked if PSV pull off over the 2 legs a win. We saw it last year when Arsenal struggled to go through against Porto, and it took. I think they actually lost the first leg, didn't they? After all the pray for Porto comments that were going on right ahead of it, ahead of the game, and Arsenal fans looked quite silly at the end of it. PSV undefeated at home as well. They beat Liverpool. Granted, Liverpool dropped a second team against them, but they are not a bad side. They will happily sit back and hit you on the counter. And Arsenal, without a striker, without Saka, I can't remember if they've got any other injuries.
Martinelli.
Yeah, I mean, all their attacking forwards.
Oh, yeah.
I meant, no, the only other person missing is Tomiyasu. So defensively, they're solid. But sometimes it just ain't enough. And it might just take one moment, PSV, 1-0 lead away. And we've seen that Arsenal, I mean, they haven't scored in 2 games now, West Ham and Forest. So PSV could make it an even longer time without Arsenal getting a goal.
Yeah. Man like Gav, who's watching it on the stream right now.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I think you summed up that perfectly. So I'm not really. I won't add anything
to add. And you don't like Arsenal anyway. Go on, I'll let you take the lead on Bayern versus Leverkusen if you want.
Good game. It's going to be a really. I mean, the game in the Bundesliga ended 0-0, I believe. I believe Leverkusen did dominate him as well. So it will be the first leg's at Bayern. Well, that doesn't clear anything up. I meant Bayern Munich by that. Bayern right now. Before the season started under the company, you probably wouldn't have said too much whether they'd have been as good maybe as they have. I expect they'll come away at home with maybe a 1-2-0 win, and then Leverkusen we'll see at the Leverkusen Stadium.
To give you the facts on it, in that game that was 0-0, Leverkusen had 15 shots and 3 on target with an XG of 2.16. Bayern Munich had 2 shots with 0 on target and a 0.05 XG. So yes, they did get absolutely dominated. Obviously, we are talking again about European football where Bayern Munich have a bit more of a strong hold on it. They do. It's something weird about the Champions League in Europe where certain clubs, you just look at them and you go, they maybe have no right to win this on recent performances and everything, but they just are going to do it somehow. You look at that with Real Madrid when they're on bad form, but they'll somehow do it. You look at that with Bayern Munich. I might be biased in saying it, but I look at that with Liverpool as well. I just look at us and I think, look, that team, they have every right to beat us, but there's something about us that can just get this done. Same when we play a team like Man City or Arsenal, for example. The other games, I mean, let's just do a little prediction. Benfica versus Barca.
This was a chaos game last game. I think last time it was 5-4 Barca, where Benfica could have got a penalty in the last minute. Barca went down the other end and scored.
Yeah.
It was. I think we'll see similar. I don't think maybe it is at Benfica again. So hopefully it is a killer game because I think everyone's eyes obviously will be on that night on Liverpool. You know. I think Barca will win 2-0. But I'm hoping for 4-7 kind of game where Rafinha scores 6 and someone gets a red card. But I don't know. I think Barca will just come off the strong. Rafinha is Lewandowski, Yamal. Or even at the weekend was very.
What is the almost situation? I tuned out.
He's back playing.
He's back now, is he?
Yeah.
That was the weirdest situation.
Who I'll give an honourable mention now because he's not in my 11. But I really like Pedri as well. But I had to. I had done it so I had one player from each kind of game in a way, other than I think the Dortmund game.
No one's going to Dortmund. Although you could say, was it Guirassy?
Yeah.
We both looked at him. He is the top scorer in the Champions League, but that
I looked at Adeyemi as well, but
Dortmund versus Lille.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I think Dortmund will go through. We talk about European pedigree. I think there's no reason Dortmund shouldn't go through, which could set up a nice semi-final against Barcelona if the two favourites go through.
I mean, looking at the league,
stage,
obviously it is Champions League, but looking at the league, I think Dortmund are 10th.
But they had a shocking start.
Yeah,
I know they had a shocking start.
Yeah.
I don't follow all the European leagues too much because I don't really give a crap.
I don't really care. We can skip to the team.
Yeah, well, the last one is obviously Feyenoord Inter.
Oh yeah, Inter.
I think Feyenoord are absolutely going to spank them.
Really?
I don't know. No, but Robin van Persie has taken charge of Feyenoord recently.
And his son's there, Shaquille, I think. So
that might be part of the reason. They did, given their due, they did knock out AC Milan in the round of 32. Yeah. So there is no reason they can't put something up against Inter.
Yeah.
It'll be a question. I'd like to see it. You'd like to see that one team do really well and just get as far as they can. I think Villarreal did it a few years ago, actually. When Liverpool knocked them out on the road to, I don't remember where we played, but it was Istanbul when Real Madrid beat us in the final. But they put it up, and it's just nice to see a team, like you say with Ajax when they went against Tottenham. It's good to see a team that you wouldn't expect giving it the good fight on every stage, you know. So go on, Feyenoord. We want you to do it. We want you to. Because then they play either Bayern Munich or Bayer Leverkusen. Right. Ben is itching to do this.
Yes,
we're going to intro this. We're going to intro this.
Go for it.
I'll make it a separate video.
And you take the intro. Go on, mate. I'll let you have the pleasure of intro.
Okay, and you go first.
Yeah.
All right. Right. So today we are making our combined 11 of Champions League round of 16 teams in spirit of the round of 16 that is going on right now. Maximum of 2 players per club. Let us know in the comments down below, or if you're in the chat right now, let us know in the chat whose team is better. This is actually a competition. This is the first competition between me and Ben. Who has got the better team out of the combined 11? I think the best way to judge it is if you were to put these 11 against each other in the Champions League final, who would come out and win the game? So basically, if you've gone and put yourself on a 3-5-2 formation, you're probably going to lose. Ben looks like he's in shock. So, Ben, I'm going to let you go first because you look quite depressed there. I hope you haven't shoved random players in random positions.
3-4-3.
After he's slating of Amarin. He's slated Amarin for a 3-4-3 and then lines his team up like it.
No, we're not. You know, Amarin plays a 3-4-2-1. It's kind of a difference. No. So, firstly, I want to give honourable shouts to some players who did not make it for me. Ryan Gravenberch.
Do them at the end. Do them at the end. Because then people will know who you might be in your team.
Okay. All right.
No honourable shout-outs this early.
Yeah,
Go on.
2 seconds.
Oh, he's muted up on me. He's making me do all these cuts and edits. You know what? I'm not doing. Oh, his curry's here. It's definitely his curry. His curry's arrived. Look at that smile on his face, lads.
Yep, curry's here. Good timing because I'm about to cook. Right. In goal, and I didn't actually think about Koval, so I probably could have included him. I went Oblak. Do you know what? 16 goals conceded all season in that Atletico Madrid team, which you can say whatever defensive. I mean, he has faced 60 shots all year, so you can't really. But his save percentage is actually the best in Europe. I mean, again, you can say what you want, but yeah, they're my reasons, and I think he's a really good goalkeeper. I'm definitely not basing it on FIFA. All right.
Do the whole team. Do the whole team.
Oh, whole team. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, more stats thrown at you. Left back Bastoni, who I actually think is very good. Anyways, before I wanted to include him, that's why I went to a 3-back. I done it in a 4-2-3-1. Then I changed it just for him. But yeah, 16 goals conceded as well. 9 conceded when he's not on the pitch, when he gets subbed off. So you look at the minutes compared. He's played 2,000, but he's not played 600. They're on average conceding 30 goals if they play the minutes that he plays. He's only conceded 15, so 1 goal, 4 assists. I think he's a demon in Serie A in general. But And then your beloved one, I actually did use 2 Liverpool players. I forgot about that. Van Dijk. I don't think you could really leave him out. 0 times dribble pass stat still really scares me. Oh no, I have a bone to pick here. When I watched that Everton game, he doesn't really like going in for challenges. He does.
No, but that's
he
why
does.
he's
But
that's why
he's
he's so
smart
good,
with it
because
he
he
knows
just
he's not
waits
gonna
for
get
people
beaten.
to run into him. Really,
Yeah.
That's how he defends. Yeah, go on. Yeah, Van Dijk. If he's not
Liverpool top of the league. He's got the most passes in the league. He's just, even though he's 33 or whatever, he's still a very, very good centre back, unfortunately. And now, other centre back, this kind of kills me a little bit, but Arsenal. And I'm thinking about changing it right now, but I'm not. Saliba. I was about to change it to Gabriel, but I think Saliba's Arsenal's glue. I think, honestly, if you lost him tomorrow and look at what happens to Arsenal, if you lost Saliba, it's like Gabriel, it's not as bad. But this guy, his defensive numbers all over the place, crazily good. Now, do you want to talk about that, or do you want me to do the whole team?
No, you just go going. You get
going.
going.
All right. This is where I got a bit cheeky because I've done the 4-2-3-1. I'm playing with Musiala off the left mid.
A 3-4-3, was it?
Yeah, I'm doing a 3-4-3, but I've done a
4-2-3-1.
At first, when I made it, I'd done a 4-2-3-1, but then I changed.
Right, so you're doing Musiala left mid to help out on the defensive job, sort of against my right winger.
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Musiala, 21 goals this season, or 21 goal involvements. I couldn't leave him out. He's just really fun to watch. I really like watching him. He just dribbles out. He's a bit like Hazard, and that's crazy to say as a Chelsea player, but he's just fun to watch. Yeah, the way he just dribbles by players. Left centre mid, and this one, I think my midfield is going to really catch you off guard, but I've gone João Neves from PSG, who FM players, we might have a bit of bias here, but João Neves is unbelievable. 13 goal involvements from centre mid. It's just, again, a bit like Musiala. It's just a joy to watch. His passing, absolutely mental. I think he'll be a player where if they get it right tomorrow, he'll be a big part of tomorrow, but I don't think they will get it right, so we'll leave it. But centre mid, who I think is Villa's team player of the season this season, Tielemans. Tielemans, when he played, he obviously got the goal against Liverpool and Arsenal. I think he's finally hitting that potential at Bruges. I forgot about Valverde. We'll leave it.
Your midfield is getting cooked by mine.
No, but then you look at my right mid, and this is my defensive right back who is really attacking. Frimpong. He can play right mid, to be fair. He is a right mid for Leverkusen. 3 goals, 8 assists, but he is a bit off compared to last season. Now, we'll go left mid wing, who I actually thought was a right winger when I was doing this, but Rafinha. But he plays left wing.
Yeah, he does.
24 goals, 16 this season. Yeah, I think he's going to be the man if Barca obviously do win it, which I think they will. He'll be the main man. I meant the La Liga there, by the way, not the Champions League. But yeah, and the games against Madrid, Benfica, as I mentioned earlier. Right winger, do I even have to do it? Is it even close? Like,
it's not.
You know, it's obviously
Rafinha was a right
Rodrigo.
Guys.
It's obviously Rodrigo. Rodrigo, absolute nice. Mo Salah. I can't eat Mo Salah. 52 goal involvements this season. He's the reason Liverpool aren't like mid-table right now. And I don't think there is literally a stat where if you take away Salah's goals involvements, you might add a few players.
Yeah, bear in mind that's saying we play with 10 men every week.
Yeah,
because like you would have someone.
Stop cooking my stats. Yeah, let me live. But he's already won the Ballon d'Or. Let's be fair. Even if Liverpool don't win the Champions League, and then striker. Now, again, you could have anyone here: Kane, Lewandowski, Lautaro Martinez, even Guerrero. But I went for Mbappe. I think he's finally finding his feet at Madrid. 33 goal involvements. But he's slowly finding it. I watched the game against City, and that was the biggest I'm him performance. He just, took everything. I love him. But yeah, now you can slate the team.
Okay, yes. I mean, my God. Okay. Well, I'll put my team down. And then, we'll just go through that team quickly once over with everyone just in a row, just so everyone's got it without all the talk in between. And then I'll do mine and we'll see what we think.
Wait, what?
Just go through your team one time, all the way through, just like the names.
Oblak, Bastoni, Van Dijk, Saliba, Musiala, Pedri, Valverde.
No.
João Neves, Tillmans, Frimpong, Salah, Rafinha, and Mbappe. Laugh all you want.
Tielemans
We will come
You've got
back
all
to
these players and you've gone for Tielemans. All right, let me tell you one. Firstly, I want to win the game, so I've not gone for a free back because a free back with Musiala defending on the left-hand side against who you have just said is the best attacking player in football right now, Mo Salah.
Can I just
say, crazy?
One of us played a free back in SFL and we're top of the league. All
right, we're talking about virtual games now. Okay, let's go to real life football again. So in goal, I've gone for Jan Sommer. You said that Oblak has been the best this year. Jan Sommer has kept 7 clean sheets and only conceded 1 goal all season. Now I know he is technically injured right now, but I don't care. He's got a broken finger. You can strap that up. Yes, he's got 7 clean sheets. You don't pull that face on me. In the Champions League, he's conceded 1 goal and got 7 clean sheets.
Well, you didn't make that clear. You said he got 1 goal conceded.
Yeah, in the Champions League. We're talking about Champions League.
You didn't say the Champions League.
We're talking about a Champions League combined 11. In right back, I've gone for Hakimi. I think he's been pretty damn solid this season for PSG. Yeah. I think there was a lot of overhype around him after the World Cup in Qatar, but I think he's now sort of coming back round to it and doing pretty damn well. Centre back number 1, Saliba on the right-hand side. Like you said, he's the glue of Arsenal's defence. And if you pair him up with my second centre-back, Virgil van Dijk, I mean, I don't think... If you had Sommer, Van Dijk and Saliba as your little goalkeeper-defender triangle, they don't think they concede, ever. I don't see who's really getting through them. Left back, I've gone for Nuno Mendes. I sort of was just sat there like, who should I put in there? I didn't want to take a second Real Madrid player on left back, so I went for Nuno Mendes. My midfield 3. First up, Pedri. I mean, the fact that you don't have him in is just outrageous.
I wanted to use 1 player from each team, and then I used 2 from Liverpool, but we'll leave that.
Well, you have to have 2 from a couple, didn't you? So you had 2 Madrid, 2 Liverpool. I think. Did you only have 1 Madrid? Oh God. Anyway, my second centre mid, I'm going for Kimmich. He has been killing it for Bayern. Again, I know he's injured, but I'm taking injuries to the side. He has been absolutely killing it for Bayern Munich this year. Will he come to Liverpool? Maybe. Did that influence my decision? Maybe. Yeah, not a bad shout, mate. The other midfielder I've got is Bellingham. I mean, he could have gone for any of the Madrid 3. I just think, I mean, I looked at my midfield and I had Kimmich and Pedri. So I thought, who's gonna complement that the best? And I thought, well, you put Bellingham in there, he's going to do everything with them too. So Bellingham, my final midfielder. Front 3 picks itself. Salah right wing, you covered all the reasons. Left wing, Rafinha and striker Mbappe. Basically all the exact same reasons you said for your front 3. Your team is getting cooked. Let us know in the comments down below which team is better, if I'm being too headed.
What was your front 3 again? I was too busy reading. He's just granting a fucking curry.
Salah, Mbappe, and Rafinha.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know. Ben's team is as follows. Go on, Ben.
Right. Oblak, Bastoni, Van Dijk, Saliba, DeMarco, João Neves, Tillmans, Frimpong, Salah, Rafinha, and Mbappe.
There you go. And my team is Sommer, Hakimi, Saliba, Van Dijk, Nuno Mendes, Pedri, Kimmich, Bellingham, Salah, Mbappe, and Rafinha. Let us know in the comments down below whose team is better. And yeah, if you're new, make sure you whack that like button and subscribe. Right. Last up on this segment, on today's podcast, it's a bit shorter one because Ben's tired. I've got him. Did you change it?
No.
If you did, I'm cutting it. Don't you worry. Did you change your midfield just like that?
I might have put a DeMarco in instead of...
Oh, right. Okay.
No, I want to say one point, though, that Matty's made. He spoke about Valverde. Mm-hmm. I swear to God, I've never seen such an overrated midfielder. He's a good player, but he scores one long shot, and everyone thinks he's the best midfielder in the world. Yeah, I had a chat about it in my Discord like weeks ago as well. I think he's so overrated. I don't think. Yeah.
If you play me against Real Madrid, you realise more when you see him actually watch him for 90 minutes and you realise how much better he is.
I don't think he's a bad player. I just think the levels people put him on, he's obviously good enough for Madrid. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's not, but I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
then your centre mid is Enzo Fernandez. Fuck off, yeah, fair enough.
Okay, last up, lads. This is one we can play along with. We're going to do a bit of tenables, I guess I think is what it's technically called. I'm going to ask Ben. I'm going to give Ben a topic, and he is going to see how many out of the 10 he can name once he finishes munching on his curry.
Yep.
We're now in the theme of the Champions League. I thought, what can we do around? If you want to, in the comments down below, play along. Let us know how many you get. Don't cheat. Chat as well at the same time. Ben, do not look at it because they will give you answers. But chat, play along as well, and see how many you can get. You have 3 lives, Ben.
Yep.
So if you get 4 wrong in total, that means you lose. You have got to do maybe just minimize the tab or something, or would that get rid of your?
I don't think I can.
Can you full screen it? Can you full? I don't know. Or zoom in.
Oh wait, I can just close the tab. I can just close the tab.
Yeah, you're on the screen still. Yeah. Right. I want you to name the top 10 Champions League goal scorers of all time.
In order, or
no, you just got to get 10, and I'll tell you their position.
Ronaldo.
1.
Messi.
2.
I have a feeling Haaland's there.
Is that your guess?
Oh, I think he is. No, we'll go Lewandowski. We'll go
3rd. You've got 1, 2, and 3.
Benzema. 4. Now this is where it gets. Suarez.
No. That's life gone.
Okay. Haaland. Yeah, Haaland. Yeah.
Nope. Second life gone.
Haaland is 14 goals or
13th.
Okay, fair enough. Oh god. Oh no. This ain't good. Rooney?
Is that your guess? No. That's 2 lives gone. Is it 2 lives gone? Or is that your
2 lives? No, it's 2.
2 lives. We'll let you have 2. Whatever it is.
Who the fuck? No,
who's been around?
He wouldn't be in there. No. How old is Haaland? He's 24. No way is he not.
He's 13th, Haaland.
That's doing my head in. Henry.
Is 11th.
Oh my god, no, I'm done.
Someone just overtook it. Well, actually, no, you know what? I'm going to give you Henry. Because he is joint 11th. However, I will not... 10th. Yeah, joint 10th. I will not give you Mo Salah, who is equal in goals. So, Mo Salah, you don't have to.
I was going to say Salah anyway.
You've taken Henry instead of Salah because they're on the same amount of goals.
Right, let's think. There's not like a timer, is there?
No, you got time. Okay. Just trying to make it YouTube worthy.
Okay, let me just have a bite of the curry. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
So far, we've got Ronaldo, Messi, Lewandowski, Benzema, and Henry, who isn't on 10th.
He would not be there. I don't think Drogba would either. I don't think. Did you say no to Rooney?
Yeah. I'm going to give you a hint. Think of Real Madrid strikers.
There's one going into my head. But how he's been around for the same amount of time as Haaland. So there's no... Can you tell me a number roughly, or is that against like...
Yeah. So Ronaldo had 141.
Yeah, of course.
Messi 129. Lewandowski 103. And Benzema 90. After that, there's a little bit of a drop off.
Yeah.
Your remaining ones are in between 71 and 55 goals.
Oh, see, I think Mbappe has something like the 52, 53. Trying to think, top goal scorer. I'm trying to think, last 10 years. So I'm surprised Suarez is not there. Said Lewandowski.
I'll give you another hint, shall I?
Go on.
Only 2 of them in this list are still active and remaining players.
Is that including the players I've said?
Like out of the ones you haven't said.
Okay, cool. So it's 4 to 9, 4 to 10.
No, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, so it's not 4 players.
5, but yeah. You got 1 life
I'm
left.
going to do it, Mbappe.
Mbappe is 9th with 55 goals.
Yeah, I knew he was there. Let's see. Mbappe was there, so there's one more playing, but it won't be Salah. So that's because that's joint 10th, and he's been set. Yep.
Oh, your camera's just gone.
Great.
Just open the tab up. No one's giving anything away really.
Okay. Let me change that, and then change that. Back.
There you go. Yep, you're back.
Cool. I think I might take a shot at one of the 2 old ones. How many seasons does Francesco Totti play in? It's doing my head in.
Let me give you another hint. You've still got 2 former Real Madrid strikers.
I've been thinking about this guy from the start, so I'm feeling R9.
No.
That was my third art of life, so we'll leave it.
Okay. No, you still got your guesses. You got no lives now. All right, let me start giving you hints, right? 1, number 8, who's got 56 goals, is in the round of 16 ties. They play currently actively in one of the round of 16 teams. 2 of them are Real Madrid strikers, which I've told you.
Yep.
And one of them has played for Chelsea.
The fuck.
Now I'm testing your Chelsea knowledge, and it's not Drogba.
Oh my god, no.
I can hear you clicking. I hope that's not searching stuff on Google.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at. Is this fine? Looking at the round of 16. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm not looking. I'm not in depth looking.
I'll list you out the Champions League round of 16 teams.
No, I've got them here anyways. I'm not like Chelsea strikers. Oh, it could have been Lampard, but he surely would not have scored over 60 goals in the Champions League. There's no chance. That's like 5 a season for like 12 years. I know he was at Chelsea a long time, but he wouldn't have got. And Lampard scored over 150 goals in the Prem, and I think he scored 180 for Chelsea. So it's,
let's just say Lampard's not in the top 4. Lampard's not even more than Sterling.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. You think of Chelsea strikers or wingers, you're looking at Anelka, who did play with Arsenal, Barca, and he did go around the shop. But he also then fell off and went to like West Brom. So he did. Denver bars there, but it would be nowhere near that.
When did you start watching Chelsea? As like a Chelsea fan?
2000, probably. I could name most from 2010, maybe, but
okay, just a year before when you started watching it.
Nah, that wasn't even one. See, Anelka was around then.
I'm going to give you a massive hint on this Chelsea one because you're struggling here. He played for Kiev after Chelsea.
Fucking God, no, that doesn't really. Kiev? Who would have went?
What country is Kiev
fuck, what's his name? Oh, fuck, the striker who come from Milan. Oh my God. The Ukrainian striker.
Missed a very famous penalty against Liverpool in the Champions League final.
What's his name? He joined from Milan for like 30.
You should know, Matty, as a Liverpool fan.
No, fuck.
He missed the penalty against
Shevchenko.
Yeah, Shevchenko, 59 goals.
Yeah.
You've got a... I'm going to just give you more and more hints until you get it now. You've got a German active player with 56 goals who has been around for as long as Yoga has been around.
As long as who?
Yoga.
What?
That's it.
He's German and he's active.
Matty got it.
Wait. Bayern are playing Leverkusen. He plays for Bayern Munich. He's been around. Fucking Muller.
Yeah, Muller Yoga. There you go.
Oh, great.
All right.
And then 1, 2, 4 more.
Muller.
In it.
So you've got number 5 and number 6, both Real Madrid legendary strikers. I'll give you the biggest hint I can give you.
Yeah, that's why I said R9.
They're both icons on FIFA.
Fucking Raul.
There you go. There's one.
And what's that other fucking guy called?
Also played.
If this is like fucking some proper legend, then
he's one of the best goal scorers of all time, really.
Puskas.
It's not Puskas.
Oh my god. Is it that? Oh god. Now obviously it doesn't count.
Yeah, no. But I've given you enough.
That fucking the Spanish striker.
No, Raul was your Spanish one. He's most famous for his time at Manchester United.
Oh, Van Nistelrooy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Van Nistelrooy. There you go.
9 out of 10 is not the worst.
Yeah, with some hints. You definitely got a true 5, I'd say, didn't you?
I would have never got Shevchenko because when he came to Chelsea, he was awful.
Yeah.
He scored like 2 goals. So
yeah.
But he was really good in that Milan team that I remember was, under Ancelotti, was it?
Your camera's gone again.
Done it on purpose because I was looking.
the shame of it all. Yeah, look, I think that's going to be a wrap on today's one. We've got the Champions League coming up, so we'll have plenty to talk about on Friday's podcast when we're going to be previewing the Premier League. We're back to that action. So Chelsea and Liverpool will both have played and be playing. Huh?
I didn't think about that. Friday might be a problem.
Oh, okay.
I've got a contents draft, but we'll eat it. So I might have to do Thursday.
I can't do Thursday. We'll sort something out.
That's ideal.
We'll
find the time out and see.
Yeah. But yeah, Champions League will be on. We'll be back at some point. I don't know when. Ben's throwing a spanner in the works, but we'll figure something out in the diaries. Maybe. Oh, that'd be so late. That'd be a fucking late Wednesday night.
What?
I was going to say we could do it Wednesday after the Champions League, but that'd be very late at night.
Yeah, like 10 o'clock, won't it?
Could do a late Thursday.
Could find out what time. I think this thing's probably not 9 o'clock, maybe. So if we can get on a little earlier, we might. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyways, look, everyone, thank you so much for joining.
Morning, yeah.
I will be live midweek for the Champions League game against Liverpool versus PSG on this platform. So come through, drop in, say hi. Hopefully we don't lose. Ben will always be doing the stuff on live. Make sure you drop us a sub. If you want to watch into these streams, these podcasts live, all you got to do is come over to Big Up, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Yes, in a bit.
Bye. Chat.